Hello, it's Mrs. Dries from the Harrison Township Public Library. Welcome to Reading ABCs. Today we're going to be looking at a special letter of the alphabet. We'll be singing some songs, learning about the letter, reading a story, and doing a finger play. But before we start talking about our special letter, we are going to do all of the ABCs together. And so I'd like you to sing along with me. Let's get our letter line. Here's our ABCs. Can you sing with me as I sing the ABC song? Let's give it a try. Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? And those are all the letters of the alphabet. Are you ready to take a peek at our special letter today? Let's put this aside and take a look at our chart here. We have our letter of the day. And do you know what it is? Have you seen this letter before? If you know this letter, go ahead and say it. I like to give you a chance to say it before I tell you what it is. What do you think our letter is today? Our letter is M. M is our letter today. And we have a song that we're going to sing. We sing What is Our Letter Today? If you know this song, you can sing this one with me too. What is our letter today? What is our letter today? M is our letter today. M is our letter today. What is our letter today? What is our letter today? M is our letter today. M is our letter today. So let's learn a little bit about the letter M. So our letter M we have in a whole bunch of places over here. And one of the things we need to know about the letter M is the sound that it makes. Every letter makes a sound. Some letters even make more than one sound. But the letter M makes a sound. And what the letter M says is mmm. It sounds like a sound that you make when you're tasting something delicious and you're saying mmm. Can you make that sound with me? Say mmm. Mm-mm-mm. That's the sound of the letter M. M says mm, and we have a song for that too. We say, the M says mm, the M says mm, every letter makes a sound. The M says mm, the M says mm, the M says mm, every letter makes a sound. The M says mm. Now the next thing we're going to learn is how to write or draw a letter M. So we can see over here, we have two different kinds of M's. We have this one, which is called our capital M, or our uppercase M, or our big M. And this one is our little m, or our lowercase m. And they're both made a little bit different, but both of them start off with a stick. Okay, right here we start off with a stick and a stick. It's just this one's a little bigger, right? So if we make a stick up in the air, we're going to start up at the top. So you take your finger. We're going to do some finger writing today. Take your finger, start up at the top, and we're going to make a stick. Go and go like this. Go. One. See? One. That's our stick. Okay? Now for a big M or a capital M, we're going to come back up to the top, and we're going to make this shape. It looks kind of like a V. Okay? So we make a stick, and then we come up back up to the top and we make a V. And then we come back down. All right? So let's make that stick first, okay? Start up at the top, make your stick. Good. Now come back up to the top, make your V, and come back down. There you go. That is how we make our capital M or our big M. Our little m, we're going to start off with a stick too, but our stick's going to be a little shorter this time. So we start up at the top. We make our stick, And then we just slide back up and make an M. We make two bumps. Do you see how it goes like that? There's a stick, and then we come back up and make a bump and a bump. You want to try that? Okay. So start off, let's make our little stick. Ready? Make your stick, come up and bump and bump. One more time. Make your stick, go down, come back up and bump and bump. And that is how you make your letter M's. When we're done today, maybe you can get out some paper and some things to write with, like crayons or pencils or markers, and try making some letter M's yourself. Now, let's take a look at some words that start with our letter M. M says what? So let's listen to the M at the beginning of these words. This is a little animal. He likes to climb trees and he lives in the jungle. He is called a monkey. Say monkey. Do you hear that M? Yeah, stretch that M sound at the beginning when we say these words. This is if you get a letter delivered to your house, it comes inside of a mailbox. Can you say mailbox? Hear that M? Mail goes in the mailbox. This is something that you might drink with your dinner or put on your cereal. It is a liquid and it comes from a cow and it is called milk. Can you say milk? Milk starts with our letter M. And this is something we need in order to get all the things to keep us alive and healthy. We have to have money to buy the things we need. And so money starts with the letter M. Can you say that word with me? Money. And we have coins and we also have paper money. So those are our letter M words. Now we're going to take a look at our little mini M story. And in our mini M story, I'll need your help. We're going to try to find all the M's that we can here. How many M's can we find? Before we do that though, I'm just going to read it to you so you can hear the M words and then we'll search for the M's. So this M story is about some monsters. And it says, monsters munch on muffins that Mama Monster made. Make one for me. All right. Are you ready to see if we can find all the M's here? Okay, some of them might be hiding, some of them might be a little tricky, so let's see what we can find. Let's start with our big ones up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I saw 14. Did I get them all or did I miss some? Those were all of the M's that I found. So that is our mini story. And next we are going to read our book. So I'm going to come up a little bit closer to the camera so you can see the pictures nice and close, and I'll show you what book we'll be reading today. Our story today is Moose on the Loose, and it is written by Kathy Jo Worgan and illustrated by John Bendel Brunello. And you can see right up here our big letter M for moose. Moose on the loose. Here's our moose. And as you can see right here before the story even starts, it looks like the moose is on the loose. And we have a dog and a little boy chasing our moose. Moose on the loose. What would you do with a moose on the loose? Would you chase him or race him or stand up to face him? What would you do with a moose on the loose? What would you do with a moose in your yard? Would you ask for a ride or invite him to slide? What would you do with a moose in your yard? What if that moose came to live in your house, would you read him a book? Would you teach him to cook? Oh my goodness, kind of got a mess there, don't we? Would you ask him to dance? Would you dress him in pants? What would you do with a moose in your house? Now, what if that moose went up to your room? Would you share all your toys? Would you make lots of noise? Would you play hide and seek? Do you think he would peek? Would you beat him at chess? Would he make a big mess? Would you ask him to sing and then crown him the king? What if that moose started wearing your socks? Would you cry? Would you yell? Would you tell him they smell? Would you give him 2 more and then bid him farewell? And what if that moose took a bath in your tub? Would you give him 2 boats? Would you see if he floats? Would you towel him dry? Would you tell him, don't cry? Would you find him pajamas and then feed him pie? What if that moose went to sleep in your bed? Would you tuck him in tight? Would you kiss him goodnight? Would you plump up his pillow and turn out the light? Would you tickle his toes? Would you pinch at his nose? Would you shout, this is it. You are too big to fit. And what if that moose says to you the next day, I think I will stay? Would you chase him away? Would you say it's okay? Then go ask your mother. She has the last say. And that is the end of our Moose on the Loose. While I was reading, were you thinking about what you might do if you encountered a moose on the loose? Would you let a moose into your house? Do you think you'd have room? What do you think your parents would say if they found a moose in your house? Let's move on to our next segment here. We have a friend of ours today. We have Miss Lila, the library ladybug, and she's going to help us with one more thing on our chart today. We are going to be sounding out a word and learning how to read it with the sounds, and Lila likes to help us with that. So our word here has 3 sounds in it. It has an M at the beginning, and an M says what? Right? And the second sound in it is an A, and an A says ah. And our last sound is a P, and a P says P. So here's how we sound it out with Lila's help. Lila likes to jump on my arm. So if you have a helper at home that likes to jump on your arm, maybe you have an animal, a small little stuffed animal, you can go ahead and pause the video and go grab him. Or you can just take your hand and do what Lila and I are doing. We're going to put out our arm and we're going to make the first sound on our shoulder. We're going to say, Can you do that? Tap your shoulder and say, Good. Now we're going to make the second sound on our arm and say, ah. Ah is right here on our elbow. Ah. And our last sound, P, is on our wrist. P. So it sounds like this. App. Try it again. App. And if we do it fast, it sounds like nap. Did you hear the word? App. Nap. Our word is nap. Map. Map. Did you sound out that word with me? Very good. I'm very proud of you. Our last thing we're going to do before we end here is a little finger play. And our finger play is based on one called the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Do you know that one? But instead of the Itsy Bitsy Spider, we're going to do one that starts with the letter M today. We're going to do the Itsy Bitsy Monkey. So get your fingers ready. Your fingers, the way to do this one is to take your thumb on one hand and touch it. See, I touch my thumb. And then I spin my hand so I can touch my other thumb. And then I let them go and spin it and touch it and spin it and touch it and spin it and touch it. See how that goes? That's how we make we're going to make our monkey climb a coconut tree. So let's start. It goes, the itsy bitsy monkey climbed up the coconut tree. Now take your fingers and make like a circle. Down came a coconut and landed on his knee. Ouch! Good. Now we're going to make a lion. Out came a lion, shaking his mighty mane. Let's hear a roar. Roar! Good. Now make your monkey again. And the itsy bitsy monkey climbed up the tree again. And that is our monkey finger play. So, what was our letter today? Our letter today was M. Let's sing our song one more time about the letter M. What was our letter today? What was our letter today? M was our letter today. M was our letter today. What was our letter today? What was our letter today? M was our letter today. M was our letter today. Thank you so much for joining me to learn about the letter M. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel where we have lots of other letters that you can learn about, and we also have other story times and other activities for kids on our YouTube channel as well. Take care, and we'll see you next time.